What's going on, everyone? Jeremy here from the Quartering. An interesting twist in the Acolyte debacle. Like, obviously, we all know that the Acolyte is not well liked by the viewers. It has not been well received by the fans. But there absolutely seems to be something very nefarious going on right now where some of the media, including Looper, which has very close ties to Disney and is often used by them. Sorry, we're work in progress. Is getting each video you see. Maggie does a little more work, so it gets a little more set up behind me. But we're starting to see a lot of interesting critic reactions, including some weird calls, almost like it's like they're trying to get Critical Drinker and Nerdrotic banned. That's what it seems like to me. And only after massive backlash did Looper decide to delete this video, which essentially directly calls out Critical Drinker and Nerdrotic for having very reasonable criticisms of the show. Now, I always like to check in. I hadn't checked in yet on the Rotten Tomatoes score for the Acolyte, but we're down to a 14%. By the way, if you're enjoying this coverage, you haven't yet, please do, wherever you're watching, subscribe or follow down below, and just click the bell for notifications. I upload 4 to 5 times a day, Monday through Friday, and I have live streams at every Monday through Friday at 5:30 Eastern. Tonight we'll be discussing this with Melanie Mack. So the Acolyte has now reached 14%. The level of cope is palpable. You can see this from Fandom Wire. It's not normal for a series to be at 16% on Rotten Tomatoes. Yeah, I'd agree with that. Kathleen Kennedy blaming male Star Wars fans for Acolyte failures falls flat as fans point out that Fallout also had a female lead. One of the biggest inconvenient truths for a lot of these toxic male, men thing is that men must always hate everything, because they're toxic, right? They're all toxic and it's evil and, this, that, and the other thing. They always point out that men, if men don't like something, it's because they're toxic and they're evil and this, that, and the other thing, misogynistic. But they always completely fail to point out anything, ignore a movie like, Black Widow or Aliens or Tomb Raider or, Fallout, which has an incredibly high audience review score. You see, what happened with The Acolyte is before it ever came out, Kathleen Kennedy did the thing where she poisoned the well against any potential fan backlash by preemptively striking against men. Recently, Kathleen Kennedy gave an interview with The Times where she addressed the recent dip in Star Wars hype. The president of Lucasfilm has faced a number of challenges during her time running the company, being famously at odds with a concerning percentage of the fans. During the interview, she may have added to this conflict, as Kennedy seems to have a clear explanation for why so many Star Wars projects are failing. And in case you're not one for spoiler alerts, sorry, but it's your fault. All right. I think Leslie, which is Headland, has struggled a little bit with it. I think a lot of women who step into Star Wars struggle with it because the fan base of being so male dominated. They sometimes get attacked in ways that can be quite personal. Everyone remember how everyone attacked the Princess Leia character in the original trilogies? You remember that? How Princess Leia was essentially one of the co-stars of the film, and everyone hated her. Nah, I don't remember that either. I kind of remember how the actress that played her was universally loved right up until the very end. Okay, and she was so loved they brought her back with a freaking holograph or whatever. Okay, so this narrative that men are the reason why everything sucks is it's garbage. It's been debunked a million times, and there's no actual data behind it. There's no science behind it. The HQ put it best, calling out Kathleen Kennedy for scolding and predicting that the fans would not like something that has ever been released. It has never been. They pointed out that the franchise is slowly losing touch with the fans. going further and further away from them thanks to the criticism they receive for poor shows. Kennedy's words are quite flawed, and not every female-led movie or TV show Star Wars has failed, with a perfect example of being Ahsoka. How to make a series and properly talk to your fans before it releases. Star Wars needs to take notes from Fallout series, which, by the way, had a female lead who is very talented. I truly believe Lucasfilm are doing a terrible job at talking to their fans right now. You see this. How to make a series. Lucasfilm Star Wars take notes, by the way, which is a female lead. I truly believe. So you see here, Fallout has a 93% audience score, 89% fan score. Lucasfilm, 86% audience score, 18 now, I think 14% audience score. And that's probably as low as they're ever going to be able to get it. Hey, by the way, I'm selling a bunch of stuff on Mercari. If you haven't used Mercari before, I have all my mobile globes on there. I've got a bunch of video games on there. If you just look up Can't Quit Games, one word, on Mercari, you can find a bunch of stuff that I'm selling. I just happen to have that open, so it popped in my head. But let's go to this wild claim here. So Looper puts out this one. Why did you delete your post stating that Nerdrotic and the Critical Drinker are encouraging hatred and bigotry with our reviews of poorly written streaming show? This on top, we're going to get to that clip in a second, but this on top of, article after article, topic after you see Star Wars Theory, the censorship has begun. Hi, Star Wars Theory, after manually reviewing your video, we've confirmed that it isn't suitable for all advertisers. As a result, it will continue to run limited or no ads. All the video was about, if you know Star Wars Theory, you know that he's pretty family friendly. The fans are finally uniting after the Acolyte. Just look at this. I believe, much like I believe that Disney was behind YouTube removing the dislike button, that Disney has also quietly signaled, and maybe this is just a wild, crazy talk. Okay, it's possible, that they want these videos demonetized and they want these videos deboosted. That's what my guess is. Because more people are watching videos dunking on Star Wars than are watching the actual show. And you see this clip from Looper, which they only deleted after massive backlash.
Some audience members have issues with the show's diversity and LGBTQ plus themes, and those should be dismissed.
No evidence provided. Just that they do.
However, viewers should genuinely examine the legitimate criticisms the Acolyte has received. Cultural critics like the Critical Drinker and Nerdrotic have dubbed the show lore-breaking for its recent revelations, but their commentary isn't productive.
Oh, okay. It's not productive. So, and by the way, they also say, sorry, it goes to another level.
Rather, it encourages bigotry and
hatred.
Getting started. As always, rage baits and...
I mean, these people are just running cover, right? They're running cover for Disney, and I believe that this is a soft signal by the shill media to tell YouTube to start deboosting these videos. If you made it this far, by the way, leave a like on this video and start sharing. If you haven't shared the video, share the video, comment on the video. Any good video, if the video is good and you like it and it's about the Acolyte sucking, share it. Because that's what I think. These people distract from actual criticism. What? You could pull up any Nerdrotic or Critical Drinker video and find dozens and dozens of very legitimate criticisms, okay, of the Acolyte series. Why are you putting this out? Why are you, again, I could point to a million options of female-led shows that were very well received, that did not have thousands of videos, did not have entire channels spawned. The reason people don't like Lord of the Rings of Power, or whatever, the ring-a-ling-a-ding-dong that they want to call it, is because it blows. Not because of Galadriel. Nobody was complaining about Galadriel in the sequel or in the original trilogy, were they? You see, The Independent, The Acolyte becomes the lowest rated Star Wars project after, quote, review brigading. Forget Rotten Tomatoes. New viewership data shows what's really going on with the Acolyte. Okay, let's see what's really going on with the Acolyte. I see Bridgerton, Eric, Sweet Tooth, Perfect Match. Where exactly is the Acolyte? Okay, so here's the Acolyte, one season. It has been It has 439 million minutes viewed, but this is only after 3 episodes. Most of us want to know what's going to happen in episode 4. I will continue to plea. And by the way, I'm not out here presenting, that nobody's watching The Acolyte. People are watching The Acolyte. I mean, first of all, there's like normies. Normies exist. They're watching The Acolyte. People that are hate watching. Again, I plead with you, if you're gonna hate watch it, get together with a bunch of your friends and watch it together. Make it a drinking game. Make it make it fun. The wild thing is that now we're starting to get this counterattack, this counter strike from mainstream media that it is not the Acolyte's problem. It's not the Acolyte's fault. It's the Critical Drinker and Nerdrotic. They are the problem. I mean, you could see Nerdrotic, why did you delete this? Why did you say we're encouraging hatred with our reviews of poorly written streaming show? The only one I see doing that is Nerdrotic. I'm sorry, is Lucasfilm. That's got 7,000 tweets or 7,000 likes in like an hour. I mean, it is wild. I mean, Nerdrotic and Critical Drinker are the two of the largest commentary channels when it comes to pop culture, in particular Star Wars and Marvel and things like that. These are not guys that are full of hate. These are guys that love movies, that love video, that love cinema. And their criticism, again, you see the Critical Drinker. If Star Wars fans are the problem, then the Acolyte is definitely a solution because they're not going to have any more fans, right? Star Wars toxic fans keep proving they're the franchise's biggest problem. Are they though? Are they though? Or is it putting out a garbage product and then trying to get YouTube to suppress videos and demonetize creators and trying to get these people banned? I mean, this is bananas. I hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, make sure you leave a like on it. If you haven't yet, subscribe or follow down below. We'll talk to you again real soon.